Well, evening sports fans, how are we doing this evening? It's 7:12 in the evening, Pacific Standard Time. It's still 25th of August, 2023. The Weaver John C. Rosamond, California. Yeah. Okay, last few videos, I know we're a little bit off. One of them was regarding politics. I was trying to get back into it again. And I caught some of the act of Bo with the fifth column talking about Texan. He didn't exactly talk about, well, he talked about power, but he didn't talk about the water situation. Guys got to see a little bit larger in that one. The mainline media are still talking about what the hell happened with Trump and all the other people going through they're going through court right now. One by one, going to court, surrendering, and some of them may or may not. They may get just dragged and kicking and screaming. I guess that's what makes better television right there for the rest of us. We need to see these people dragged and kicked and screamed because we want to see the theatrics on this one. We have never gone into a situation, and as far as I remembered, politics in my life, seeing this stuff, we'd never seen politicians being dragged kicking and screaming and whining their heads off as much. Maybe state or local officials. If they had corruption charges happening left and right, if they had RICO charges being thrown at them left and right, if they actually had uh, ties to gangs or gangsters and stuff. Yeah, we'd get the headlines a little bit, and after that, it gets buried alive. We don't get to hear about it as much. These days, since we've had it ongoing and now we're getting exposed left and right, we have the Trumplican parties and extremists out there. They had to be coming out of the woodwork somehow, trying to make a dent in Georgia, trying to say that they're going to be saving Donald Trump. For what reason? I don't know. I never could figure this shit out. What is it about this orange gas bag that makes people so compliant to the bastard in the first place? I got one for you. Wokeism. A community college, Antelope Valley College, Marauders, the symbol of it. What's it mean? It's just a liberal school, paid for by tax dollars and grants, public funding. It's not a privately held school. It's for the public. They can pay the tuitions. They can apply for the grants. They can apply for the loans. If they qualify, they can get in, get educated. It's not the higher brackets. It's just one of the lowest rungs on here. But it's wokeism. It's liberalism. They talk about things. They challenge people left and right. It scares the living crap out of people because now we get to talk about politics one way or another. But besides politics and history that we talk about, we also talk about English, social studies, health scares, or health itself. We deal with mathematics. We deal with science. We deal with trade schools. We got a trade for aero mechanics and bus mechanics, auto mechanics. We have a trade school for fire and law enforcement. They can qualify for the loans and grants. They can get in and study away. We have new buildings being built. It's like every 5 or 6 years we got a new building being built. An old building takes down because it's not compatible with the 21st century. It's not compatible with the 20th century. So we have to take the buildings down. We can't renovate them enough and build up new eyesores. I'm not quite sure if they're going to be earthquake compliant. I just hope so, because if not, we've got some collapsing buildings left and right. Scares me when they try to make these things airy and light and not miserably depressing and dark like I got used to. Because then it means that they are, well, open season. Yeah, open season for the nut jobs, bringing in the weaponry, ready to do some damage on them. Yeah, it scared the hell out of me when I kept thinking about UCLA and several other college campuses out there. Universities down to the community colleges. That's reality check for me right there. It's not that I'm going to have Trumplicans out there trying to scare the living crap out of people. No, I'm looking for the nut jobs out there who's got the armaments of implements of destruction ready to do a damage job on students and building and faculty. That's what I get scared of. But hey, this is the new world. We got to get used to it, right? Or do we? We try to have the toughest gun laws in the state to limit access to get background checks. Handguns we can authorize, but magazine capacity, that's a different story altogether. Biolocks on the fingers, on the finger guards. Make sure the right person's got the right gun. He's cleared for their gun, or else it's not going to work for him. But this is the state of California. This is the liberal state. This is the libtard state. This is a state where wokeism doesn't die but lives on. I never could understand their mentality here regarding wokeism, whatever the hell that bullshit is in the first place. I don't know where the hell they get their screwed up thoughts about. And the thing is, we also have conservative counties and towns in this place that deal with this insane asylum. So I don't know what people have been thinking about my particular state. They may think it's laughable. It's getting expensive. You're damn straight it's getting expensive out here. It's not cheap out here either in California. In certain cities, we can't even find any places to live in. But we're supposed to be accepting more and more immigrants from other states who think it's a political ploy and they're laughing their asses off. Well, you made yourself a sanctuary city. Now you got to deal with it. Here, have some more. How about have some more? They're racking up federal charges left and right. They were interfering with federal government, but they don't give a shit. How the hell am I supposed to be able to deal with this? I wonder. How am I supposed to be thinking about this and feeling about this when I've got classes I still have to think about and deal with at this point? But this is what I got to deal with. I turn on the news and this is what happens. I turn on another channel. This is what happens. And you know what? I'll tell you that even the artists that we have out there, the cartoonists and illustrators and writers and stuff, they can create up different stories, different scenarios that actually match what's happening today. I don't have to see the damn politics in the news. I can see it in the cartoons. I can see it in the literature. I can see it what's happening on the screen in fictional art and yet understand exactly what's going on. How does that grab you? So, as I'm contemplating of turning this damn thing off and just fading away, I just wanted to say this short rant and rave. I said it before in the other videos, and I said it before in the last video, regarding my disgust concerning about the voters in this country. In each town, each province, each county, each state, they don't take things seriously enough, but if they do, they want to curtail. They don't want to be progressive enough. Okay, fine. I can deal with that. They want to be conservative. Okay, be conservative mentally at this point over here, but you're going to be curtailing people's rights and limiting them left and right because you've got a personal itch in your you got a personal itch that you can't scratch. Yeah, I was going to be going a little gross on that one there. I was thinking it, but I didn't say it yet. But they don't want to hold themselves accountable. They want to blame everybody else. And we see the results. That's why I got a disdain for it. Aristotle had it right. It's one of the weakest forms of government, and we have to be responsible for our government. It's so easily corruptible democracy is. However, it's one of the better ones because in this we can regulate without really putting the fist in people's faces left and right. We can say we have rules and regulations, but we try to make them fair for everybody. And I mean everybody, not just for an elitism. But we have to hold those elected accountable. We have to. Otherwise, democracy doesn't work. And yes, I've heard the arguments coming from the Trumplican parties left and right because Trump and his cronies out there are going through the criminal system. They think they're above the law, and now the law's getting on their ass, and they say it's no fair. Well, yes, it is fair because this is the law. You broke the damn thing. Now you got to pay for this shit. No one is above it. Not even elected officials. Even the highest elected official. Right after the August break, the circus leader of the House of Representatives wants to impeach Biden. But they don't have the evidence necessary, but they want more evidence, and they want to put the Biden administration on notice. They're doing it for their own constituencies, but they're not doing it for the entire country. They're not doing it for the good of the country because they're doing it for their own little constituencies. They don't care about the greater good. They only cared about their own damn good. They got nut jobs out there not thinking clearly enough and don't even understand politics 101 or political science 101. Did anybody ever look at the line of succession? When you got the top dog, the President of the United States, getting knocked off, who you got? The Vice President. And then you got the Secretary. House Speaker, actually. And then you have a few other officials down the road. They say they want to get rid of Biden. Well, okay, fine. You get rid of Biden, then you got to deal with Kamala Harris. What are you going to do? That short time in the election cycle, you're gonna impeach her too? Because it's going to take a hell of a long while to do this damn shit, especially when we got bills left and right, including one that controls our budget. And if we don't get that damn thing passed, guess what we got? Bankrupt country. Guess what? We're screwed all over again, one way or another. We got bills to keep our country running. If we can't get them passed and agreed upon, well, guess what? Crash and burn, America. Crash and burn. And again, I blame the voters.